Good afternoon. Here's your tarot for the collective. I'm going to start off with the singing bowl to cleanse the space, and I have some lovely dragon's blood incense burning as well. Let's get started. Beautiful. Somebody definitely needed that. It was very powerful vibration. There is a lot of potent energy in the air today, actually. It's an 8-8 day, which is the power of the number 8. It's like abundance, manifestation, heightened levels of awareness and consciousness, and just that potential to be able to tap into like different types of infinite possibilities for your abundance and your manifestation. Really powerful because we also have 2 8s on the table here as well. So we're really feeling that energy here in the reading. Before we get into the cards, I also wanted to mention here too, this beautiful 2 of Cups. That when I was shuffling, I was kind of dancing, and the card came flying out and fell to the floor, just very dramatic. And I just figured I was dancing. It was clumsy. The card slipped out. Apparently not. It really wanted to come out. It came out again after I finished shuffling. So I feel like we should start with that card, because that card to me, again, it's like this energy is in the forefront. This is the most potent energy that really needs to be looked into first. And I notice we also have 2s as well. So if you look into also, like, the number 2 is very significant, and it's it's the intellect directed. It's cooperation, and it's patience, and it's sharing and balancing, and getting into that beautiful feminine receptive energy, gentle persuasion, insights. And right now it's talking about maybe perhaps there's a waiting period. There's going to be some partial success, but more will be revealed later. And also several 2s can also indicate reconciliation, a reunion, some kind of a beautiful surprise. And perhaps this is referring to, because it's the 2 of Cups that we have here, perhaps this is referring to a relationship. And we also have the 2 of Swords, which it can be a connection with your higher self as well, and your intuitive energies, and kind of like reconnecting with them again, being at a crossroads right now where perhaps things are in balance and you're not quite sure which direction to go. Very interesting energies here. We have a lot of different stories going on, but first we'll get into this 2 of Cups. This card is absolutely beautiful too. Just the way that the flowers kind of entwine together, and their energy is completely matched, like kindred spirits. They're powerful twins. Very passionate energy as well. These kind of partnerships that you thrive in. Those kind of connections where your heart leaps with joy when you make them. It's a very powerful energy. This could be romantic partners, but it can also be like your soulmates, friendships, connected hearts, people that you connect with for healing, people that maybe perhaps business partnerships that revolve around healing, spirituality, and of course, passion. These kindred spirits have this beautiful connection, this beautiful heart energy like no one else. It's like a connection built upon joy and cooperation, a very close union. It's this love consciousness energy that just permeates from that card. It's absolutely beautiful. And this can also speak of marriage. It can also speak of also duality, because we have this 2 of Swords here. So, there's this light and this dark energy, which we kind of have this feeling with the cards that I pulled anyway, because I used the Crow deck and the Tarot of Mystical Moments. They balance each other out beautifully, and when you share your joy with everyone around you, not just one person, you can always you'll attract deep and meaningful ties with each person that you do this with. And obviously some are going to be stronger than others. Some have those whispers of romance and love and bliss and attraction, and it's this unity of like-hearted, not just like-minded, but like-hearted souls. Sometimes it can also signify the beginning of again, it's like these new partnerships in business. These new partnerships where, perhaps you have been through similar experiences, and you're taking those experiences, you're bonding over them, and you're taking them out to the world to help others heal through those experiences as well. And it's a perfect pairing of matched souls, and it does really have the potential to develop into something magical and intoxicating. And this again, it's like the entanglement of this beautiful heart energy of two hearts coming together, and it's the merging of paths too. Like, I feel like this Two of Swords is like, it's the merging of the minds, but like this is when the mind and the heart combine, and then you merge your paths together. Two people, their mind and their heart are balanced, and then they balance each other out. They merge each other's paths together, and they'll be forever united or changed. Sometimes when you see the Two of Cups, it doesn't necessarily signify that this will be forever, but it will be a moment in time that is very pivotal, very life-changing, very healing, very heart chakra opening. And it's that live in the moment energy, that just enjoy, being together, and being forever changed because this person came into your life. And, if you are looking for love, if you are single, I don't often do love readings, but it is coming up here. The way that this card really wanted to come out, it's like, again, it's like that heart opening, that heart pouring out. And look for the arrival of like a very profoundly passionate and kind of an elevated love, like kind of a relationship that is vastly different from one that you've experienced before. So, be willing to put the energy into these relationships. Be willing to see that you are one half of this committed pair, and you'll deepen and shift in the magic of these cups that bubble up into your life. It's absolutely beautiful. And sometimes with the Two of Cups too, we see like mirrored souls. So it's like a sacred reflection that intermingles the spirit, the emotion, the love, the harmony, and the balance, and you see that reflected back to you in the other person. Like, you see a part of yourself in the other person, and they see themselves in you. It's a really beautiful energy. And again, it's like there's this possibility to connect with someone on such a deep level. Sometimes when you see the Two of Cups too, it's such a profound connection that perhaps you've even connected with each other in a past life. And you're able to support and cooperate with each other and fill each other's lives with joy because you just deeply know each other. You have an inner knowing. You're deeply moved by that person. And, this also too could be that you can reunite with someone too. Like, it's not even just from your past life, like maybe a former lover and you have rekindled something. You're more balanced, and you're able to come back together again and experience a relationship from new eyes and get this passionate new beginning. So absolutely beautiful energy that's coming off of that card. And now we shall look into the Two of Swords. I feel like, again, this card is very much a crossroads energy, very much it's you're of two minds about something. You're of two minds about something, and perhaps it's you're of two minds about two different people. That could also be an energy that comes up as well. Right now, it's like you're blinded by the unknown, but you need to be able to trust yourself, to move towards the enlightenment, to move towards the illumination, to move towards the energy of what you truly want and away from the fears. Because if we look at this card here with the moon and the Eight of Cups, it's like a lot of times it's walking away from, you know, emotional upset and emotional upheaval and your fears and past patterns of toxicity and you know, bad habits and bad relationships and bad ways of viewing yourself too. So you might feel like, again, you're at this crossroads, you have to make a difficult choice. And there's a lot of opposing ideas. So maybe, you know, these Two of Cups here, they're not quite balanced yet. You know, there's something that needs to be done to get back to balance here. And there's something intuitively that wants to come through to help you figure out how that can be done. And, you know, it's time to make a choice. It's time to get out of that feeling like maybe you're stuck between a rock and a hard place and just move forward. Just make that choice. Again, it's like with this Page of Swords, we got this card the other day too. It's like, expand your mind and be open to the new knowledge that's trying to come through to help you make those choices and to change your perspective, you know. And if you can't decide which way to go, it's because you can't see the bigger picture yet. So perhaps this Page of Swords is saying that something will come through, a message will come through, some kind of an insight, some kind of a shift in your perspective to give you that clarity that you need to make that choice. So it's whispering for you to move in that one direction. And this card is saying to you know, take your time today to close your eyes and listen to your internal guidance. You know, the compass that lives within you, the compass of your soul, the compass of your heart, and allow that to guide you, you know, which way to go. So if your intuition's been silent, it's saying to, like, trust yourself and your ability to discern and decide and to make the choice to open up to love again, to make the choice between two people, to make the choice to walk away from, you know, one relationship so you can open up space for another. You know, there's several different stories going on with this card. But, you know, even in this blindness, even in this darkness, you feel yourself walking away from something. You feel, with this 10 of Wands, we'll get into it later, but like you can feel the overwhelm, you can feel the burdens, you can feel the you know, all the effort that you've put in, and start feeling more of what your heart is telling you. Stop worrying about all of these things, all of the overwhelm and the fear and the anxiety and the sensation of perhaps even burning out at this point. And you already know the best way forward. You know, when you follow your heart and you act from that place and listen to your intuition, the future will reveal itself slowly. It will help you to move towards your dreams. You know, you have to have faith now that the universe is serving you the right experiences. You're meeting the correct people that you're supposed to be meeting. And at this crossroads of duality here, you know, it's that overthinking energy again, that anxiety and that over-analysis have got you paralyzed. And, you know, find peace of mind by just trusting your own judgment, listening to your intuition, like listening to, with this card too, like I see the birds here and the crescent moon. So perhaps you've had some things that came in through the new moon, those intuitions, those downloads, those epiphanies, and you kind of shielded yourself from listening to them. Again, too, your spirit guides, the birds, have been trying to speak to you. They've been trying to give you the messages and allow you to be able to see that bigger picture. And it's just something that you need to listen to. Again, too, if I look at this Page of Swords, like, follow your dreams. Look at this. You've manifested these beautiful dreams with the dandelion, and you've sprinkled out all of these little seeds of all these possibilities. And instead of overanalyzing those possibilities, rise above. You know, look at how tall he's standing on top of those books. Like, you have the knowledge that you need to make that decision. And if you follow your intuition and follow your passions, you will make the right choice. And the universe is behind you to make this choice too. Like if we look into the Page of Swords, we see that it's like this page is, again, this card came up the other day. You're learning to expand your consciousness to open up these new opportunities. So like you've put the dreams out there, you've manifested, and now the opportunities are trying to come through, but you're blocking them because you're doubting your judgment, you know. And tap into that curious energy, that thirst for knowledge. It's like it's an unquenchable desire, you know. Again, it's like this unquenchable desire within this couple as well. It's like they can't get enough of each other. And follow that, and you know, there's a milestone energy here, and it's like there's something that is trying to come through that needs to be processed. It really needs to be processed, but it needs to be processed by, you know, being honest with yourself and keeping this beginner's mind, and don't fall into, you know, just overthinking and over talking and over analyzing, and allow your intuition to and your heart to be your guide, you know. And also remember too, with this Two of Cups, again, it's like people that cross your path, they have something specific to teach you, to help you heal. The mirror energy, the mirrors are all around you, and be open to share with people, to speak your truth, to get unexpected lessons. And again, it's like delight in all of these interactions. Some of them are very short-lived, but very beautiful nonetheless. And if we look up there, I want to start here with this Eight of Pentacles, because I feel like, you know, there's been a certain situation that you have put a lot of work into it. You know, you've persevered. You know, you've been determined. You're wanting to become that person that you long to be, but you've got yourself stuck here at this crossroads. You know, you're crafting the perfect life. You know, you've been patient and determined, and it's got you where you are today. You're following your soul's purpose. And that's the way to really become successful. You know, that's the way to really go down the best path forward, you know. And it's telling you to remain dedicated to this excellence, remain dedicated to the unique dreams that are yours alone, that you've cultivated and manifested, and now the opportunities are coming through that are just meant just for you. And you know, put your love and your soul and your energetic essence into all that you do, and bring it forward in this consistent way. You know, perfect your craft, and remember to put joy into all that you do. Remember to not allow yourself to feel that the work is not worth the effort, because you're forgetting to enjoy the process of it as well. Enjoy the journey, you know. And sometimes you do, like again with this Two of Swords, sometimes you do feel blocked, like right before you expand into your new level of consciousness with this Page of Swords here. Like there's an expansion energy that's trying to come through, and as you're getting closer to becoming the master of your destiny, you'll find this joy in all that you've done to improve yourself, and you can kind of, you know, give yourself a yearly review, give yourself a rating, be proud of all of the consistent work that you've done, you know, getting yourself healed, getting yourself to this place, getting yourself so where you are ready to be open to this love that wants to come through, to these new messages, to this new path that's trying to come forward for you, you know. And if you look at that Eight of Cups, there's definitely something that you've walked away from. And we look at this 10 too, it's like things have shifted for you. Things have really shifted. I want to talk about the power of the number 8 too, because again, today's an 8 abundance day. And I feel like, there's this beautiful power that springs from within you. And it's going to give you the energy to accomplish whatever you set out to do. So, you are capable. You have, so many accomplishments, so many successes, and even the little small successes and victories should be celebrated today. And this is, when we see these 2 8s, it could say that, there's this positive change of mind or status, because, the number 8 is such a powerful number. It rarely is ever diluted. So there is abundance coming in for you. There is possibilities. And it's just, perhaps you need to allow yourself to believe in them, to see them, to really feel them come through, And if you look again at that 8 of Cups, it's like that moon is there. That moon is very prominent. And it says that you have walked away from anything in your past that didn't allow you to choose yourself. You're engaging in this rebellious act of self-love so that you can open up to love to come through for you. You're releasing everything that no longer serves you. And some of you even have listened to your spirit guides and worked with your spirit guides and freed yourself from difficult situations. And you're moving away the stuck energy. It's time to move it away some more. It's time to leave your old reality so that this new one can come in. Again, you're at this crossroads, and it really is time to step into your new future. And you have done the releasing, because when I see this 8 of Pentacles, it's like you've done the work. It's time. You're ready. Things aren't going to be the same as they were before. All of those past karmas, this is this Venus and Pluto energy. And yesterday's reading spoke of that, and walking through into this new destiny where you could have released patterns from a couple decades ago. It's absolutely powerful energy. So step into that energy. Choose your sacred dreams, and you've put those dreams out there. You've believed in them. You've listen to those dreams and choose them. And when you take that first step, you can start to really begin to truly choose yourself. And perhaps it's a new self. It's all of this work that you've done, and all of this purging and healing and energy and effort that you put in. It's like you don't even recognize yourself anymore, but that's okay, because you can love yourself unconditionally. And there's nothing more healing or powerful to start to embrace that new self. Find your resolve, because you have it. You have this powerful energy of determination and hard work. It's within you, and also the universe is giving you that power with this 8 abundance day. Like, there is a lot of power behind you. So, untether any anchors that are still holding you back today. And sometimes your heart it's still like stuck in a little bit of delusionment. Like, it's still healing through some of that trauma, and that's why it's blocked, and you're afraid to open up to this 2 of Cups here. But give yourself a little bit of TLC. Again, give yourself a yearly review. Give yourself a pat on the back. Like, look at how far you've come and all you've healed, and start to look at yourself differently again, and be proud of yourself. Like, shed all of that outgrown expectations and hopes and people and ideas and beliefs and guilt or ways of being, And again, if you're exhausted or you're confused with this 10 of Wands, some of you might be, but it's like, know that you're entering this mystical period of intense shifting. We got that Tower card yesterday. There's a lot of intense shifts that are going on right now. And releasing those old stories, as we talked about yesterday, a lot of releasing of the old stories and bringing in the new plot twists and the new characters and the new stories, and you're going to be traveling much more lightly now. Like those burdens will be released. All of these birds are just giving you so much freedom energy, to go in the direction of your epic dreams and your happiness and greater meaning. And again, it's like this rebellious act of self-love that's going to kind of push you forward even more. Absolutely powerful energy here. So yeah, tap into it. Really tap into it right now, because you're removing so many things that perhaps have been stuck for a really long time, and on the other side is something that you almost can't even imagine. But maybe you can imagine it now, because you're that new person. Maybe the you before, had these dreams but never thought that they could come true, and now you're seeing the possibility that yes, it can be true for you. It can be something that has become real. And you just need to get out of that doubt and move forward, release those burdens into the ethers, knowing that the universe is going to help you tend to all of the essentials, because again, you've put in the work, and the universe has seen that, and it will match your efforts, So free yourself from these heavy burdens, these obligations, and you're really close to the outcome. You're really closing down a lot of chapters, a lot of endings, and also this card too speaks to, like, maybe there's, again, with this Page of Swords, maybe there's someone that has a message for you. Maybe there's someone that you can speak to. Maybe they have a way to help you to get to this enlightenment, to help you with a task, to give you some sort of intuitive hit or a reminder of exactly who you are and how much you are loved, and maybe that's all you need just to take that next step. It can be something very small. And also drop any of the non-essentials, any things that are weighing you down, because it's like you're so close. You need to make room. You need to make room for this next adventure. So, think of what you can do to make things easier for you to get towards that freedom, and streamline things and expedite your goals, because you're good at doing that. You've done that. I think most of you have already done all of that, and this is just that last final step of like believing that it's here and that it's time, and it's like that molasses energy is starting to dissipate. You're starting to be able to walk more freely now. And, whether these burdens are material, spiritual, or energetic, maybe you need to do some cleansing. That's why I said somebody really needed that singing bowl, because they have some heavy energies around them with all of this work that they've been doing on themselves. I mean, it's been worth it. The juice has been worth the squeeze. That's what they're trying to say. Like, the juice is going to be worth the squeeze. But you do need to clear out some stuff. And you do need to release it and enjoy the last steps on this journey, this process. You are almost at the finish line. It's time to receive your just rewards. Absolutely beautiful energy. And I'm going to end it at this because, again, it's very potent. And I'm going to do the singing bowl again before I leave, so watch your ears. But I really hope this helped. Blessed be.